Ah, Jiminy Christmas, people. Forgive me for making you wait. Hey everyone, it's me, your friend, Wynne Blue. I'm a musician and an artist out of Seattle, Washington. Unless you're a purist, and we won't go into that. I say that every video. If you're going to give me crap for not being inside of Seattle city limits proper, then we I don't know. So what I'm doing now is I'm arranging some things so that I can see them properly. My streaming software is so moody. It's so moody, yeah. And it's trying so hard, y'all. I just want to be able to see what y'all are saying to me. Okay, so while I sit here and fart around with all of my stuff here, Inktober isn't even remotely done. The only thing that's actually done is, well, I have probably one more illustration to go, and then my zine is pretty much done. But I still have a few other tricks up my sleeve where I am going to what am I going to do? Come up with some other stuff. And that means, what does it mean? That means I've still got some ink exercises to do, and I think I might actually do them with ink and a brush or a brush pen. I was talking to somebody the other day who suggested I use like a calligraphy pen to do inking, and that sounds like it would be fun, actually. So let's see if I can get Freddie on board. If she's not there, are you there, Fred? No, she's not there. Bless her little heart. She's such a sweetie, but I can't sometimes. And I'm going to turn down the lo-fi so it's just a little less overwhelming, maybe? Who knows? So I'm just going to turn it down so it's not quite so much. It's important that you hear it because sometimes I'll just break out into song. The point of tonight's stream is not just to do some Inktober stuff, but also to just have some chill time with you. Because that's what we do here. Allow me to holler for my dog. There she is. Good girl, Freddie. All right, let's hit the drawing table, y'all. Here we go. I don't know what this is for. So I tore this out so that I could scan it properly. I could easily put it on the scanner while it's still in the notebook and still in the sketchbook, but it just doesn't work well. Sometimes things don't quite touch the glass all the way, so I just end up having to redo it. I don't want to do that. So let's see what we got here. Turning down some of that light. So we got some sketches here. Not all of them flattering. I'm thinking I might redo this one. Just simply because I find it a little too happy for the subject matter. So anyway, I have my selfie, the family. Yeah, I might be missing one. Ah, right. That's the drop off. And then I have a couple in the kitchen. And then there's the walking around. I don't know if I want to do animals, but we'll find out, right? So let's go back through. We have this one. And here. Sometimes I think the pencils they end up better than the inks. I'm still not 100% satisfied with what I do in Procreate, simply because I don't know, it just seems artificial to me, even though it's easier to do. Here we go. Let's put this back in. One good thing about washi tape is that it doesn't stick very well. But I still love it. There we go. So here we have my pencil for what I did last week. And then the week before. Oh no, actually I don't think I've inked this one. I'm going to be doing digital ink on that one. I hope you don't mind. Here I am spending all of my intro time trying to get this freaking light right here to work. I don't even need it. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? Why do I think like this? So I'm going to turn off this godforsaken light. And I say that simply because it is just big and clunky. I got all this stuff here for pencil drawing. Maybe I'll do my pencils later, especially if I get tired of this. So let's close this up for now. Oh, well, we're not quite done. Let me walk you through a couple of past Inktobers. Shouldn't be too long. They were very tiny. That's from 2021. You know, when you don't want to do an Inktober, you just kind of go, hey, I'm just going to scribble something crazy. And that's what this was. And of course I tear out all of my pictures for some stupid reason. Yeah, this was me in 1983 with those terrible dual ruffled blouse things. Oh, and then we did this. I don't know why I put this one in this notebook. I think I was doing it somewhere else, and this was portable. But I did do a lot of Inktober stuff in here. Most of them self-portraits. This is what I look like, grumpy. Can you imagine? I'm sitting there in front of a mirror with my arms up in the air making a face. And then I drew this. And this. I think it looks like me. Did a little homage to the Mona Lisa. That was fun. I thought this made sense, but not a lot of people got it. Maybe I'm just not, I don't know, maybe I didn't get it either. And it's red here because I was growing out my bright red, fire engine red hair. That was a fun one. And then this was from my first wedding. I don't even know if I still have this picture. I might have thrown it out, but it was a nice picture. My sister took it with her little disposable camera. My in-laws hired a professional photographer, but he showed up sober, and apparently the only way he could take decent pictures was if he was inebriated. So all of our official wedding pictures completely sucked. It was very sad, but I ended up not keeping them anyway, so. I'm not going to put these ones up too close. They're pretty. Let's see if I can get the camera up a little closer. Yeah, there we go. We'll pull it back out in a minute. And this is a mixed media notebook, sketchbook. And the sketchbook itself is not really great for markers. Not really great for markers because it sucks up the ink. But it does what I wanted to do. It's very predictable. I think I showed this one sometime last week. It's a photograph, and then I did a little marker drawing of that. I thought it turned out pretty good. I swear I didn't trace it. This was a beginning of some character sketches for a graphic novel I had an idea for. I have all the notes. I just haven't I just haven't written the script yet. What the heck? Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff in here. Remember how I said I tend to tear out the pictures? I used regular tape to put that back in. When I go out to see live music, sometimes I'll just draw the people around me. That's Jack. That's my husband. Some funky little character faces. You know, I have these smaller sketchbooks just because they travel really well. And I know I've finished this. Oh no, I've still got plenty of pages. Nice. All right, let's bring up the electronics. I need to get something that'll pop this up a little bit. Give me 2 shakes. It's like 3 feet that way, but I have to go around something. All right, let's get this big old light out of here. There we go. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, and I'm going to pop away from this for a second. I did this on Monday for my music stream, and it got me a few texts. But speech therapy's been going really well for me. I just have to remember to breathe properly. And I have this, which works in conjunction with drinking water and suddenly I use it all the time, and so the battery tends to run out. If I use it too long, it makes my nose all wet. But basically it just makes steam. I was almost going to take it back, but then I realized it worked just fine. Like, this is not the right thing. The instructions keep saying, put some medicine in it. I don't want to put any freaking medicine in it. It's just supposed to make steam. See, is Freddie there? Yeah, sweet girl. I'm going to ask my husband to bring me something. All right, please bring white. Why do I do this? Kids art table, comma. My nebulizer is low on battery again. Period, you can throw it through the door. I do this to my husband all the time. And see, the door is kind of closed, so we can't always get in it. And he's probably going to knock something over. Yay! Let's knock something over. We're gonna knock it over with a little more reverb. Let's knock the door open. Oh, honey. No, close it. Just, you're all right. We got a little bit of notice. An ad coming up in less than 2 minutes. Try not to panic. Everything will be fine. I promise. All right, just gonna make it nice, and get a few layers in. Gonna get a few layers in. Sometimes I just like singing with the lo-fi. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last thing where I go through and I ink all the background from back to front. that keeps me from doing some dumb things. Oh, don't give me this crap. All right, time to do some housekeeping here. You work? What's wrong with you? Okay, let's get some of this done. I might cheat a little on this. Hmm. I don't like that. nobody cares about those details, but I do. And that's kind of important. Like I was telling some people last week, if you don't do your art for yourself, if the process is not yours, you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to enjoy making art. I think I'm going to take advantage of one of the features. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them. These lines here, very helpful. And it's going to help me draw the rest. Yes, it's cheating. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it's cheating. I feel like these should be smaller. Not quite what I wanted, but I can always just kind of fart around with it. Let's see what I can do to make this fit the perspective. should just draw them all over again. I just might do that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. But first, some other changes. I'll figure out what to do with these shapes later. But for now, let's just dig it, okay? We're just gonna dig it. Dig that groove. Besides, the interest is not in what's on the walls. It's what's happening around them. Oops. What is that shine? That's it. I'm turning this off. It'll start showing up once I start inking that. But for right now, we are just doing the outsides. That's huge. I know y'all can't hear this, but my stepson's in the other room snoring like a freaking freight train. My husband's been in that room twice telling him to wake up. Come on. What am I doing? Come on. It's supposed to be organic. Just a little, just a little. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 ba ba da. Okay, let's turn off the drawing guide. There we go. All right, let's get some color on this background. I haven't seen half of these. Well, let's try one, shall we? But Wynne, can't you see anything? No, I can't. need y'all to be able to see this. It's not showing up proper. Because on the screen it looks kind of, let's blur it a little bit. I don't even know if I like this. You know, maybe it's too textured. And I have my reverb on for reasons other than talking. Yeah, I think I'll just undo that part. This brush is called Dragon Health. I have no idea what it's going to look like. I kind of like it. Look at that, it's like cross-hatching. I love it. I think I'm going to use this brush for a lot of stuff. That's amazing. I love it. Look at that. That's hilarious. Now, back when my husband was still sketching, he loved to use crosshatches and dots to do shading, and this is right up his alley. And I've given him my iPad, and you know, when he tried to use it, he got a little confused. He was like, I don't know. I think I would rather use pen and paper. Well then, God damn it, man, just do it. Tell you what though, this brush does not get small enough, which is unfortunate, but it's still fun to fill in big gaps. Yeah, I think that gets the point across, kind of. Whoa, that is ugly. Not what I wanted at all. It's just not going to be possible to use that one. Maybe I should just use a spray paint. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do for the background right now. So I'm going to take this and bring it down a little bit. See what happens. we're just going to get rid of the background for the moment. We're going to work on the figures. Yay! I think I'm going to work on the small one first. But first, let's see. Let's get rid of some of that. Gonna have a chin like Clark Kent if I'm not careful. I'm thinking I should make those lines thicker, but because the focal point is not the figure in the front, it's the figure in the back, and I don't want it to be in lines so freaking bold that it obscures what's actually there. So I might go over it again. I'm not sure. All right. We'll clean that up in a bit once we've got the other figure down. That's some serious stink eye right there. All right, let's get to the larger figure. And I'm going to use thinner lines on him, just simply because I want him to be kind of a lesser figure. You can see that the smaller figure is kind of in the middle, in a focal point, so we're just going to keep her there. Yeah, that's too small. And you know, the best thing about this is that I can, well, the coolest thing about Procreate is undo. I tell everybody that. It's not the fancy features. It's that you can undo. I feel that way about Photoshop too. Though I will tell you, I had an adventure the other day with Photoshop. My adventure yesterday was Windows, which is going through a major update phase right now, enabled something on my machine that blocked. It blocked one of the major DLLs. I don't know how technical you are, but dynamic link libraries are very important to a lot of programs. And, well, it blocked one on a really old version of Photoshop that I still use. So I was kind of pissed about that. Like, what is this supposed to do? I don't understand. Why did you get rid of it? Why did you block it? And it turns out there was absolutely no reason. It doesn't do anything. The whole problem with that DLL was that it was outdated. It was written on my machine back in 2010. It's just sitting there minding its business, not hurting anybody. I'll tell you what, I felt for that little DLL. And I looked it up. There's nothing wrong. The only problem is that it's outdated. But the more I dug into it, I thought, well, maybe I can live without this DLL. But I had a bunch of people tell me, well, your CS4 Photoshop isn't going to work. If you don't have this DLL, it's important. But see, here's the problem. That DLL actually pings the Adobe website and says, hey, we're still here, and we would like to take advantage of the web-based features that you have. But this particular version of Photoshop has been dead for years. Years. So when I went and I looked up on Reddit, the armpit of the internet, and they said, you just need to throw away all of the discs and shut up and sign up for a new version of Photoshop. It's only $20 a month. Oh, that's great. Do you know what I do with $20 a month? It's not subscribe to software, I'll tell you that much. I do not like subscribing to software. Perpetual license forever, baby. So here I am, and I've got this oh crap moment where I'm thinking, I am going to have to find some alternatives to all these things. Now, see, here's the thing about Adobe. You get used to it, and it's kind of hard to get yourself out of that. And up until several years ago, you could just, invest in a copy of Photoshop. And, you might be out hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. But you had it. You owned it. There was none of this, pay us every month. I just don't use Photoshop that often to justify a monthly expense. So I tried looking at this program called GIMP. GIMP is a good program. A lot of people swear by it. I never quite got the hang of it because I was busy looking for equivalents to... I was looking for equivalents to the Photoshop interface, and I couldn't find them. At least not instantly like I wanted to. So I kind of gave up. And I'm listening to all of these other artists, people who relied on Adobe for years and years, gave them a chance. But their billing system is just the most unfriendly thing. Like most subscription services, they make it very difficult for you to... They make it difficult for you to cancel. And I don't want to deal with that. I know that there were regulations in place to make it easier to cancel subscriptions like that. But you can pretty much kiss those goodbye. So here I am thinking, I bought Clip Studio Paint because that was the closest thing, and it had a lot of features that I really wanted to use. So here we are. But you know, the cool thing about this ordeal is that it taught me a lot about the options when it comes to that. I learned a bit about some new things that my computer is now doing. Thank you, Windows. Not really. But I know what's ahead, and I'll tell you what, I'm not really thrilled about the next Windows update where it uses, what's this new feature that it wants to do? Something called recall. Let me see if I can bring up what my friend said about it. And it's kind of scary. If you use Windows, it's a little scary what this is. It's being touted as a feature, as something that's a convenience to you, the user. So Windows 11 has just introduced something called recall. And here's the kicker. It automatically takes snapshots of your screen every few seconds to help you search your past. It sounds helpful until you realize that it captures things like passwords, emails, private messages, banking information. I don't want anything taking pictures every few seconds of that kind of information. I don't care if it's being stored locally. It's just not cool. One, aside from the privacy issues, just holding on to that stuff, that's going to fill up your hard drive faster than like 10,000 MP3s. There is a way to get around it and disable it. But it's, you go under privacy and security and you disable these snapshots. But it's being rolled out now along with the AI assistant that you don't want. Some people really dig that AI assistant, but I find him annoying. I've been doing my microblogging on, what do you call it? Blue Sky, because Threads, as soon as everything just started to explode in the world, I guess the Threads algorithm is so sensitive. Express sympathy for one pet that's gone over the Rainbow Bridge. Next thing you know, your entire feed is all about dead animals. And so I tried to find other ways to redirect my algorithm there on Threads. And everything I did that wasn't part of the regular stuff, it just picked up and took off. It's like, I'm sorry, you need to understand me, not just help, not just think I'm telling you to do something. That's not fun. I do not appreciate. So now I don't hang out on Threads anymore unless I want to. Unless I want to deal with Generation X humor, which I don't want to deal with. Millennials starting to enter menopause. Another thing I don't want to deal with. This is not because it's just been there, done that. You know, I'm done with the nostalgia. I'm tired of 80s kids only know this, 90s kids only know this. No, just shut up. Just stop. Between the boomers talking about how nobody uses handwriting anymore, to that cute little meme about if you recognize what this is, it's time for a colonoscopy. It's just, there's just too much age-related crap that I just don't want to see. I mean, sometimes it's funny, but man, what people don't realize is when they start in on this crap, the generational stuff, is that you can make fun of my generation all you want. I grew up in a certain period of time, and this is how the world was. And yeah, it shaped my personality and my attitude towards other people and challenges. But you know what? I didn't know crap in my 20s. I didn't. I did not know anything in my 20s. I thought I knew everything. And I think I probably hit 40 before I realized, whoa. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. And my second thought was, I should have listened to my dad. I should have listened to my dad. I should have saved my money. I should have bought that condo that I was looking at back in 96. Did I? No. I think if I was going to go back in time and talk to my younger self for any reason whatsoever, I would tell her, save your money, and when you get $500 saved up, put it in a CD and don't touch it for 15 years. Do that every 3 or 4 years. You'll be okay. I mean, you won't be perfect, but it's something. And something like that, money that you'll never touch until you're old, that is worth something. And I know it's hard. It's hard to save money. I'm in my midlife, and it is hard to save money. We are so taught to spend all the time. Go get it, Freddie. Go get it. Go get it. Boo, 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 boo. Go get it. Okay, there we go. But that would be my advice to younger people. Save whatever you can. Even if it's only $1 a week, that's still something. Because right now I am in the let's do this and hope things work out. Yeah, that's not a good strategy. Sorry. So let's see what we've got here. Looks like figure left is not quite in the picture. Okay. Let's put the background ink back in there. Yep, we're gonna have to do some background stuff. It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. So simple. Not everyone can do it. So we're gonna try. Boom, 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 boom. Opacity, there we go. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that, no. Making mistakes, it's all part of the game. That's what erasers are for. I got an ad break coming up. I hope you stick with me on Twitch. Got an ad break coming up. I think it's 2 minutes. It won't be much. I'm still gonna do this. Not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. No, 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 no. Let me know if that lo-fi is too loud. Okay, let's get to things. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. let's see what we can do here. Maybe not. This is just me experimenting. Just trying something new. I'm gonna try something new. I really like that texture. I don't know why. Hindsight says I probably should have painted that last. Well, let's get some base color on the right figure. But with an appropriate... There we go. Okay, what we have here is de-emphasization, de-emphasizing of the larger character. And the one in the back is going to be a little brighter because that's where you want your eye to go. Now I'm just going to put some subtle differences here. Of course, I'm probably going to rework it, but that's okay. Overwork it. Did I say rework? I meant over. There we go. I needed you to be able to see these colors, and for some reason the light balance, the auto light balance was on. Sitting there trying to make everything all flat for me. Mm, mm-mm. Sorry, I got super focused. I don't want to ignore my happy lurkers. Ooh. So tonight I'm also hanging out on YouTube. So if you want to see something commercial free, head over to YouTube for the replay. You can also see the VOD here on Twitch. At this point, I just want eyes and people hanging out. Nobody has to say anything. It's just nice that you're here. I imagine a whole room, a whole world of quiet people just listening. Listening and having a good night. So do me a solid. Drop a follow if you haven't already. And help me build YouTube over there by giving me a subscribe. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe over there. Just very, very helpful. I have absolutely no aspirations to be famous or to be a millionaire. I just want to do stuff like this and maybe do some music streams here and there. Which reminds me, I'll be putting a video out there soon about why I never used that channel for music. If you think about it, if you go over there and look, you'll see that the name of the YouTube channel might be mine, but the actual handle is a band thing. It's from my old band. And I remember getting all excited that we were going to put some videos up. We had friends taking videos of our performances. So we started putting them up online. We did a benefit up north for some landslide victims, and there was another band there. There was like 2 or 3 bands there. They were all very talented, and I posted their videos on this channel. I mean, not Twitch, but YouTube. I posted them on the YouTube, and all of a sudden, like within a couple of days, somebody had written this long diatribe about the woman in the video. And I thought, that's not cool, guy. So I went to my bandmates and I said, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? And my drummer, who'd been a police officer, he said, you need to just screen cap, block, screen cap, delete, block. That's all you can do. Just do it. So I talked to the woman who received all these horrible things said about her. And I said, what is this all about? Do you know this guy? And she says, she rolls her eyes. She's like, yes. I thought, oh crap. That does not sound good, people. So she told me the story. She told me the story of, at one of her jobs, one of her reports asked her out on a date. Now, aside from being wildly inappropriate, she did say no. Or more appropriately, no thank you. This was the right thing to do. Had nothing to do with this man. It's not you. I just don't want to date you. How is that not about him? Well, 1, she doesn't know him. 2, he's her underling. Or, yeah, you just don't do that. Now, I may be getting the story wrong because it has been about 10 years since it happened. But it made me really, really angry. Because here's this guy, harassing my friends. She said to me, she says, he has done this to every single video that has been posted with my name on it online. And this is a woman who is accomplished in the scene. She's done a lot of stuff outside the scene. I think she even sang the national anthem at a baseball game or two. She's insanely talented. But here's this schmuck. Has to go and start being all keyboard warrior about her. And some of that stuff was just vile. I mean, why would you say something like that? And when I started to just delete, he would delete and be blocked, and then he would create a new account and just make more. He would just do more. And they would get grosser and grosser and grosser as time went on. Until I finally had had enough. And the woman told me, she says, well, are you reporting this to the police? I said, I didn't know you could. I was just going to tell YouTube. She's like, well, that's all fine and well and good, but here is the number of the caseworker that I've been working with on this guy, about this guy who's been harassing me for years. I thought, oh my gosh. Not good. So I contacted this officer, and I told them exactly what was going on. And she seemed displeased. And at first I thought it was me. Oh crap, I did something, I said something. And she says, no, you're doing the right thing. We really want to catch this guy. He is not a good guy. He's been doing this for ages. He goes to the library and he uses the library resources to log into YouTube and be a jerk. And believe me, we want to catch him too. So for probably 2, maybe 3 years, every time he came over and made a comment, screen cap, block, report. And when I had turned, I didn't want to keep doing that, so I turned off commenting on all my YouTube videos. I just turned it off. I went, I just don't want to deal with this. So then he comes over to my Facebook page for the band. He just finds a random photograph. Copy paste all the vulgar crap that he put on my YouTube. And the thing about that was, I wasn't the only person who got notice that was happening. A couple of my bandmates were like, Wynne, what are you going to do about this? I'm like, me? I don't know. I've been doing everything. I'm working with the police. I don't know what the hell's going on. I just got to keep on trucking, you know? So eventually, he stopped. He got tired of me blocking and reporting him all the time. He just stopped for a while, but he would pop up here and there. He went from making horrible comments about her to making horrible comments about me, it started to piss me off. You know? How do you not get pissed off about that? And it made me want to travel every single library in the area and see if I could catch him. I still barely know what the guy looks like. But one day I got an email from this woman, or maybe it was the police officer, I don't know. But it basically said, he's in jail. And I'm like, yes. She said, he's going to spend 2 to 5 years in jail and not be allowed to be around any computers. And I thought, wow. It still took me about 2 or 3 more years to get to a point where I could turn the comments back on my YouTube. Because I was pretty spooked. I mean, what happens if I just keep using my YouTube for the band and this guy just does not shut up, you know? Who does this guy think he is? I thought about taking her video down. And I asked her, I said, should I take your video and down? I can send you a copy. She's like, no. And the policeman said, no, don't delete it, because you've done plenty. And I think turning off comments probably set him off. Deleting the video that brought him to your channel, not going to make it better. Well, that's just great. So I haven't heard from this guy in a while. It's probably a good thing. No, definitely a good thing. I don't want to hear from him. So many years had gone by, and I joined a group of women who were, wanted to figure out how to make their music profitable, right? It's a very good group, a lot of great advice. I made a lot of really awesome friends. People that I still, I'm connected with on socials. And I told them about this story. I said, I'm a little spooked. And they said, don't. He's gone, and we're sharing, our videos because we need to do video. All of us need to do more video. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like, you've got people who will also report him and block him. You got a whole army of female musicians on your side. Still, I didn't put up any new videos. And the band, went their separate ways. So here I am with this video channel, no band. What am I supposed to do? So there it is. A friend of mine convinced me to try my hand at Twitch, and I did a couple of Inktobers just like this. And it was fun. And it's still fun. I get to talk to you, tell you my stories. And on Mondays, I get to play my guitar and sing. And I'll have you know, my throat's a little sore right now because it was really cold and dry in my bedroom last night. But staying hydrated has really helped my voice quite a bit. Now, why in the world would somebody like Wynne need speech therapy? That just seems... Speech therapy, isn't that for people who've forgotten how to use their mouths to talk? No, that's not how it is at all. It's for people who just need a little redirection on how to speak properly. My big problem was that I kept clearing my throat. It did not make things easy for me. When you clear your throat a lot, you end up with bruised vocal cords. Very tired vocal cords. And that's where I was. Plus, I was recovering from asthma. I mean, I still get it. I still have flare-ups. But now that I'm feeling a lot better, I definitely want to be able to sing again, you know? Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding a little bit of glow to allow this figure to stand out. Let's see what I got here. Looks good. All right. This is what we've got. I want to create some color and shadows in here Nothing too big and nothing too rich. As you can see, this is pretty dense right here. And to keep things from rolling over each other, I'm going to create another layer just under this one so I don't overpaint the things that I've already done. Doing some master editing. I just realized something was very wrong in my description. Don't worry, everything's cool. Let's take a minute and let's get a good look at Fred for a second. I just need to step away from the camera for 30 seconds, I swear. Good girl, Freddie. All right, thank you, Freddie, for chewing on your rear end. That's great. Had I known you were going to do that, I wouldn't have taken a break. Fred took a bath a couple of days ago. And she smells delightful. They have a whole section of brushes called grunge. That's adorable. Oh, that's not what I want. Why would you do that? Damn. I'll try it out, but I don't have high hopes. Am I on a hidden layer? Nope. This is just a bad brush. It's not just a bad brush, it's an ugly brush. The heck are you doing, Wynne? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm trying to get some texture on these walls. Now let's see how badly I borked it. Oh, that's not too bad. I'm still gonna get rid of the background so I can erase the extras. So as far as that story with YouTube and why I didn't use it for such a long time, I was thinking about making a little video of me telling the story. It wouldn't be in my super soft ASMR voice, but it's kind of an interesting story, you know? don't know, there's so many stories to tell. Especially during Inktober. Freddie is clearly agitated. Freddie, what's going on? What's going on, Freddie? What's going on, baby girl? Well, clearly she's not very good at English, so we're probably not going to get an answer out of her. I was thinking, since the larger figures were so easy to put together, that maybe it would be fun to put some little pictures in this, since these are supposed to be representative of the pictures on my wall. I would just have to take a tiny brush, tiny little brush. Take a tiny brush and draw a picture. I don't know what it could be. Maybe about the summer. Days are colder in the northern hemisphere. Everybody's getting out, waiting for cheer. Christmas is coming, and it's not even Halloween. Had to get that in there. Okay. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of short, a little bit of fat. Just a little bit, little bit, little bit. I need something to create more shadow. This is annoying. Where is the light coming from? Okay, I think that might be good for this. Although I did promise I was going to draw some little pictures in the frames. What should I draw? I think it'll be something silly. Okay. So here we have it. That should be interesting. Uh-oh, where did I put those? Where did I put the little pictures? Oh. This is why you have to pay attention to your layers. This area right here that's just supposed to be colored. Yep. See, I put my face on there. It was supposed to go here. Win. What were you thinking, sweetheart? I in the wrong place again? No, apparently I just didn't get light enough. Also, wrong brush. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Should have known better. All right. Now we're done. Ta-da! Okay, so this illustration is done. Although I would love to put more color on that. I know. Wynne, knock it off. But I must. That's okay. It didn't work very much anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this one. Head back to the gallery. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 panels in my zine, 8 images done. I still think I'm going to redo this one right here. I do not like this one. It's not in black and white. Felt cute, might delete later. This one should be pretty fast because I already have inking done for it, clearly. I just need to do the colors, right? So I'm going to try again. But first, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to make a duplicate. And let's see what I can do with this. We're going to distort it a little bit. Make it a little bigger than it was. All right. I'm just going to go through this really quick because I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm almost at 3 hours. So I'm going to do something crazy here. Reset the music. So, because I had like 5 minutes left of it. I was going to let the music tell me when it was time to go. Right? Okay. So if we look at what we've done here, I just want it bigger, you know? And let's make this kind of light, and we'll redo it. Just a new sketch in here so that I can figure out exactly where I want this redo to go. One thing to know about arms and things, everyone who bends their arm like this, if you can see it, your wrist usually comes up right at your shoulder, if not just below. So you have to, when you think about anatomy, that's how it goes. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. Elbows are always going to hit the bottom of your ribs, give or take, depending on your physiology. No figure drawing is going to ever be 100% perfect. But the more you practice, the better you'll get. My sister tried to call me. She knows better. Okay, so we have this. She's probably going to text me back and go, "No, I don't do that." Woman, you got a smartphone, get on your damn thing and do the thing. Okay. When drawing a caricature, something like this, you're doing let's see, what are you doing? You're doing an exaggeration of features. I mean, that's why when you go to like a carnival or the beach or whatever and they have a caricature artist, you don't think that looks like you, do you? Of course it does. Because everybody has features that just stand out. Oh, that's nice. Okay. There we go. Should I put the ponytail up? I think I should put the ponytail up. There we go. All right, so now I have redone my sketch here. And I'm gonna see what I can do about inking it. Let's see how well it goes. Now here's a real challenge, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to get through this pretty fast. You know, I want to get through this quickly because all of the other pictures that I've done have been completed very quickly, except for me overworking the shading and all this other stuff. To be quick in what you do, it doesn't mean that you've done it poorly, right? It just means that you do it pretty well and you do it fast. All right, so let's get this in here, some syrup. That's not my nose. That's not my nose either. All right, now I gotta do hands. Good grief, Wynne. See, that hand is much bigger than this one. At least it feels like it. So we'll start from the top. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here. And there should be some more wrinkles here. Okay. I know this is a pipe dream here, but I'm going to totally put my neck a little skinnier. And let's get rid of the sketch I just did. Yeah, see, it's a little different. And this is why I tend to overwork it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more lines. And I hope for the best here, especially here. I know, super exciting. A little bit of corrections, because sometimes you just don't follow the right lines. Yeah, there's going to be some corrections here. This is not the shape of my face. Nope, still not the shape. Closer. Yeah, there we go. Too high. Yeah, that's closer. It's not perfect, but it's closer. I still don't like it, so I'm going to go a little further over here. Yeah, that's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Here, and I'm going to close up some lines. Because I don't want anything too sloppy. And I have a tendency to not close up my lines. especially on hands. So I gotta double check the hands. Not perfect, but I have to say that is the quickest I think I've probably ever done one of those. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm figuring out exactly what to do next, because I've got this, and I guess I could shade it if I'm not too ridiculous. You know what I mean? Let's not be too ridiculous. Oh yeah, looks like Santo is up and at them. I do love Santo the legend. He is such a cool human. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we'll go see what he's doing, afterwards. So let's get this going on. Let's see. Remember, I'm just going to try and keep this super chill here. Wynne, why don't you just color drop? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's this big open space right here. And it will create big problems. So we're just going to do what we can here. Remember, the goal for this illustration is to not overwork it. So we're going to try not to do too much blending. We're not going to do more than maybe 5 colors. All right. Now let's go find us some skin-like color. And let's color in some stuff here. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get just a slightly lighter color. Slightly to put in here. I know you can barely see it. But let's get that up here and we can add white to whatever's up here. Yeah, there we go. Just a slightly different color. I'm going to turn up the brightness on this. Oh, face. Hey there, face. Just enough color to get things started, and we can see what's going on up here. Come on, let go. Yeah. Okay, let's go just a little bit darker now. Do the hair. A little bit darker. Not too dark. Oh, damn, girl. Remember, I'm trying to get through this rather quickly so that I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it. Being able to go a little faster while still maintaining some kind of quality, that's a skill. And if you ever want to do something like this, remember, it's not going to be perfect right out of the gate. If you let yourself, it will be fun. Now let's get some light shading in here. That is not light. Let's find out what this is. Come on. All right. Yeah, we'll do fine there. Dog. Okay, let's do one last erase. Maybe I'll add something more to that later. But see how different that is? Just a little different. I like the mouth on the other one. I like how the face is rounder on the old one. But this was done rather quickly, you know? I also like the color and how light the shirt is a little better. Oh, I wanted to show you this new emote that I'm working on. Isn't that fun? Let's see, I've been on for almost 3.5 hours, and I gotta tell you, this has been a lot of fun. I didn't realize how far along I was in finishing my zine. So here's the thing about what's coming up. I'm still gonna do my art stream tomorrow night, but I didn't realize that I had scheduled a stream on Saturday during a D&D game, which my D&D games, the group I'm with, they do this whole, let's get together on a Saturday and spend 7.5 hours together. So I'm not expecting that at all. Which is kind of crazy. So instead of doing a Saturday Inktober stream, I'm going to do a Friday one, and it's going to be probably around 2 or 3 in the afternoon Pacific time. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow and Friday and wish me luck on my whole D&D thing. I think I leveled up. I do. I think I leveled up. So, right now, my Twitch friends, we're going to go over and check on Santo the legend. And I cannot hype this guy enough. He is somebody that you want to hang out with for a little bit. I mean, I know that when you go over to a raid, you're just kind of, well, maybe this isn't the right person. Maybe I would need to go to bed. Maybe I need to eat. Seriously, drop a lurk. Just listen to him. He's just such a friendly guy. And he would just really blush and tell me, oh, don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But I do. I do. I know people. And I've only been a poor judge of character maybe 2 times in my life. And guess what? Both dudes. But not this one. This one is a good egg. Totally good. So, normally I would try to go someplace where you'd never been before. But not going to do that today. I really, really want you to see this person. So let me do a little thing real quick. All right, now stick with me. All right, and now we're going to go over and we're going to hang out with Santo. He's doing some interesting graphic design in what looks like Illustrator or something. So hang with me. Let's go look at Freddy real quick. Come on, Fred. Where are you? Oh, it looks like my phone might have died. Anyway, my name is Wynne Blue. I am a musician and artist out of Seattle, Washington. If you are in Seattle, I am from the Seattle metropolitan area. And if you are a Seattle purist, I am actually from Bothell. Not too far. It's a nice place. So I want you to hang by. I love you. I want you to be happy. Be good to yourselves and each other. Okay? There's just a few of us. Let's head over there, okay? I love you.
Too. I don't want to think. Gloria, how you doing too? Avery, how you doing?